conditions definitely had a lot to do with it. On our end, as far as my bike goes, I would say a little bit of lack of preparation. Yeah, there were some things that could have and should have been handled much sooner than they were, and I just don't think that things were handled appropriately for what we were lining up for, and it was. You never want to say it's good that it happened, but we got it out of the way. At that point, it's up from there, and not an ideal situation. But the bike got hot. We tried a new radiator that failed on us. Did not have enough testing time on it. That's where our lack of preparation came from. Motor was fine. Everybody checked the motor. That was what I thought went. Just had a radiator lose all the coolant, melted the wire. Motor got hot, and shit happened. So it is what it is. Not ideal by any means, but it could have been worse. So we'll take it. We'll take the loss and move forward. Obviously, with everybody in XC want to have a slow day. I think that points wise, it's we'll call this quarter round one.
Yeah, usually. I mean, obviously, you can't determine a championship by the opening round. Doesn't matter if it's Supercross, Motocross, Arena Cross, anything. You can't define it by the very first race, because you could have one guy all three XC2 guys, overall 1, 2, and 3. Obviously that's not gonna happen before. You have a couple guys here and there. XC2 getting wins, but you can't replace that. Like, oh yeah, these guys are these guys gonna be on the box every single time. Because there might be a weekend where it's happened before, where either you or Ash, or really any of the guys just get out front early and just leave.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, Ford's been pretty good almost everybody here. But are you guys running the same radiator, or what do you guys do?
We made sure that the imperfection that was there is no longer there, and we tested a little bit this week. That's been basically the last 2 weeks. My time was consumed by running through things, possible scenarios. It is what it is. Hopefully we've got it all sorted out. Here we go.
So what? So how are you and Mike feeling, or how are you feeling going into this weekend, knowing that you got that situated? Like, obviously you got that whole radiator moment. That seemed to be really the issue on that last weekend.
Yeah, no, I felt good outside of that, and I think the biggest thing is just knowing Florida is a long day, and a straight to staying close to the front and striking what you can there at the end.
So obviously last year we had a little bit of rain for Florida, but it's not calling for any rain at all. And this race seems to be at a beverage round. This seems to be going on the race that seems to be pretty much just from the heat itself. And it's not even really going for high temp. It's almost maybe mid-70s.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the most physically exhausting round of the year. That's why hydration is key, and stay on top of your electrolytes and make sure you're ready to go on Sunday.
Okay, so there's one question I've been meaning to ask. Nobody else has been asking this question. I've been wanting to ask this question for a very long time. So you were on AMO Yamaha, got 7 overall wins that year.
Yeah.
Moved to KTM, had a few problems on the KTM, switched over here to Red
that I needed to take and want to take here at the end of my career. So just trying to build those blocks and get back to where I was there in the 2021 season.
Yeah, and it seems like everything has been clicking a lot more, obviously, on the Cowboys compared to the APAs.
Yeah,
And
consistency's been there.
yeah. So I mean, if you weren't on the box, you were running the entire time. And it's good to have. You've got somebody with you again, like you said, as your child. You've got somebody working with you that's literally known you since you guys were kids. So he knows, like, if you say something, it's like, obviously that makes sense. So you actually have somebody working with you that's actually going to be saying, because there's been plenty of times, like in Supercross Motocross, like Chase was having issues with his arm and he left there. They didn't list it because they were going to focus on Jet and Hunter. But now you're full team everybody. It seems everybody. It's like you had Rachel that decided to get the push shot and leave. In the first lap, I believe it was, I took a video at mile number 12 and I recorded her going across. It was the first lap. It was like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was between first and second place. And it's like this whole team has been, at least compared to from last year, and obviously the first round didn't go as well for you. Everybody else was just clicking it off. And you're obviously one that literally, it's like kind of like football. Any given Sunday, and you can just start picking it up.
Yeah, it was tough to build the right team and get the right group of people, but I feel like that's what we've accomplished. Like, obviously, in any business, there's the hardships that come with it, but we've got a like-minded group of people